Hey everyone, this is Heather. You are watching the Build a Better Business video series. I am a business coach and I help people build the business of their dreams. It's a super job. These videos come out every Wednesday, so to make sure you don't miss any, hit the subscribe button and then you'll always be up to date on the latest and greatest. So over the past few weeks, we have been building a We've been going step by step to build up some pieces to have in place to ensure that you have the absolute best chance for success in your business. We're going to keep building. Yeah, I know there's a lot of pieces, right? So if you're in business for yourself now, you may have discovered by yourself and maybe the hard way, spending all of your time trying to catch up, which is just not fun, that there's a lot of pieces involved in being in business for yourself. And maybe you figured out what all the pieces are and you've gotten ahead of them and you are on cruise control and amazing and good for you. I mean, that's awesome. If you're not there yet, I mean, that's okay. We're going to work on that. If you are in cruise control, don't forget to pause every now and then. Take a step back, look at your business. Keep that vision forward of what you want your business to be, so you're always working towards what the best expression of what your business is and the best way for you to thrive. So, and by the way, if thriving in your business sounds like some kind of nirvana, don't worry. You've still got some building to do, that's all. So every business is going to have its ups and downs, especially these days, right? The idea is to get you into a place where you don't feel so much like you're on a roller coaster at Disneyland. And you know, like you're going to lose your cookies, literally. You want to be in a place where you know where your business is going, and instead of you owning a job, you own a business. So you don't want to have your whole life sucked into this business. So a quick review in case you haven't quite managed to binge watch the latest building blocks. We started with the who, and by the way, I did a live stream yesterday when I'm recording this. So just about that, you know, taking the time to figure out who your perfect customer is. I saw a post from a yoga studio owner recently who made a remark that I thought was great. And she was saying that to be successful in the alternative healing space, you really need to know your niche, because you can't be everything to everyone. So wise, right? Next, we had talked about who you are. Why would your customer choose you? There's things about you that make you unique. There's something that you're offering to your customers that's the perfect fit for that perfect customer. You know, everything lines up. If you still don't know what that is, it's okay. Go and ask somebody. Ask some of your most trusted customers. If you don't have any, ask peers. Ask people who will tell you the truth gently. You know, they're not going to varnish anything. You want the whole truth, right? And if you think that asking Heathers is really hard, well, I did this thing a little while ago where I posted out on Facebook and I just asked for adjectives to describe me. It was part of a course that I was taking. You'd be surprised, because the view from the inside, you can't get a good view from the inside of what it's really like, what people really see. So I know you don't necessarily want to hang it out there in social media world, but ask some people that you trust to give you some feedback on what they think your biggest strength is in your business or in the business you want to go into. And also, I mean, coaches are really good for this, right? I have my own coach. Coaches give you perspective, especially if you don't want to ask anybody close to you, but they can give you perspective if they get to know you, if they know how you operate, and they can support you and support your strengths as you work and build up your business. And they'll be able to see things that you can't. I mean, my coach is always pointing things out to me. I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I see that? He's good for that. So we've got who, we've got what. So what problems are you solving? What's on the menu for your customers? Maybe it's one thing. And if it is, that's cool. What else can you add if you need more? So think about massage therapy. Nobody has just one thing. You're a massage therapist, but there's variations in that, you know. You can lengthen the time, shorten the time, taping, acupuncture, self-care, aromatherapy. There's all kinds of things. As long as you have the right training, it's in your scope of practice, you're allowed to do it. Don't get into trouble. But even within that narrow category of I'm a massage therapist, there's lots of breadth inside that, right? So what else do you want to be able to offer your clients? Think about your clients. Dream big here, but envision what you want to be able to deliver to your client, and then build that, which is what the how is, right? How do you deliver that to your customer? So don't think about it as jobs. Think about, I'm trying to deliver to the customer. How do I get that to them the best, support them the best, solve their problems the best? You're not going to solve everybody's problems, just that customer. Then money. Woohoo! We talked about money. So there's other episodes about money and financing. You can go back and check them. I'm not going to cover it all here. But for sure, you will want to think about the finance end of things, right? It's a way to do what you want to do in the world. Money just supports everything we do. And you want to not only survive, as I mentioned, you want to be able to thrive at what you're doing, be able to take vacations, be able to enjoy your life. So that's what earning enough will do for you. So what's next? Well, we've still got pieces to work on. We're going to get down into some of our nitty-gritty specifics, and we're going to expand on the how. So you've figured out your offerings, and maybe you've figured out a little bit how you're going to deliver them. So location, maybe online, maybe you have products, maybe you have memberships, maybe you're live, maybe you're digital, maybe you're Memorex. Anyway, these days, combo is, I can't help it, I tell jokes, is a great way to shelter yourself from potential whims. So having multiple ways to do what you do, I highly recommend it. So what do you need in place? Think of your customer again. There's your customer. This is what you want to offer them. What do you need in place to get that to them? Do you need staff? Do you need to find a location? Maybe you need a bigger location. Do you need a website? Do you need a new website? I need a new website. Maybe you need an improved website. Do you have some sort of web commerce that can take care of itself while you concentrate on delivering your awesomeness? Do you need a designer? Do you need a branding presence? Don't get all mixed up in, don't let this all swirl around, but this is all when we're doing the meta thinking, marketing. We're going to get back to marketing, but go big and then hone it down, right? So we're going to backtrack just for a second here. I recognize that all of these are part of the money piece, right? So all of the pieces that we build, they fit together. There's some overlap. You may have already done some of the number figuring about this. So you may have already done some of this location designing stuff while you were doing the numbers. Awesome. And you might, while you're working on these big ideas of how to deliver, that you might realize you need to go back. And that's okay too. Whatever you do, don't give up. We keep moving forward. We keep the customer, how we're going to get it to them, keep building. So all the pieces of how you are going to be are unique to you. So you're building how you want your business. You can look around at other people's, but keep in mind you want your business your way. You're not going to work in somebody else's. So this part's going to be super individual. Some ideas that I put in to help my business grow and run better, like a super simple example, I'm still a massage therapist, and a number of years ago, probably like 5 or 6 now, I implemented online booking for my clients. I was the sole practitioner and I decided I didn't have staff. I didn't want any staff because it was just me. But I was taking a lot of time to answer phone calls, book clients, respond to emails, sending emails in the middle of the night, and then the back and forth with, no, not this time, do you have this time? And I hesitated with online booking and I've talked to other practitioners, it feels kind of like you're losing a bit of control. But let me tell you, it's a game changer. You're not losing any control. I'm pretty sure I put it in about 6 years ago, and I know it's a little more commonplace now to be able to book online. Some of them are pseudo online where you're requesting, and I mean, there's still a lot of places who don't offer it, but I'm pretty sure that I have several clients who come to me solely because they can look at my schedule whenever they want and they book it, and then they don't have to worry about it again. And I can get on with being a therapist and they can get on with being a client. By the way, just in case you want to know which one I use, I'll include a link below too. I use Acuity. Super good. I love it. But think broader. Maybe you don't need booking software. Is there something right now? Maybe it's new. Maybe it's cutting edge. Maybe nobody's using it. Something that will help you take what you have and deliver it into the hands of those people who are waiting for you. Maybe it's the latest Shopify platform or some kind of Kajabi platform or other digital course delivery platform. Maybe it's just Zoom. Zoom is awesome. Another example, just offhand, I have an online yoga studio and Tai Chi studio, and it has started growing rather organically. And I was managing it quite manually in the beginning, but it was growing and it was taking way too much time. It wasn't big enough to have a staff member to do the things that I needed to have done. So the first thing I did was I hired someone on contract, just like 3 or 4 hours a week, to do this repetitive manual tasks that were taking me a lot of time. Really, you shouldn't be doing jobs that pay you less than you can make when you're working for your customer, right? So one day a friend told me about this great piece of software she'd seen from a different studio. I checked it out. It looked amazing. I started putting it into a place. It was so easy. Poof! Now my studio practically manages itself. It's so amazing. People have their own accounts. They can book their own classes. The manual side of the admin stuff that I was doing is taken care of because I've just done a little investment with a little virtual assistant. It's great. And these things sound small, I know. But when you own your own business, finding things that help you manage your time, the repetitive things that work really well so that you can spend more time on the big tasks, looking after your customer and getting the bigger wins are so good. So brainstorm some of those things. How can you get those helping you in your business? Now, another side note, if you decide you need staff, this should really be a whole section on its own. But briefly, make sure you really clearly define who you need, right? You need to know what they're going to be doing exactly. Make sure you're crystal clear on the job description and the vision of who you think you want in that role. I've seen too many times where people are hired and either they quit or they're fired, not because the job was bad or because the employee was bad, but a lot of it was the job wasn't clearly defined and the wrong person ended up being hired. And the expectations weren't the same on both sides. Also, another quick side note, check in with an accountant so that you set up yourself properly to run payroll if you decide to hire someone, especially if it's something you haven't encountered before. If you get it set up properly from the start, you just save yourself headaches later. Even if you decide to hire subcontractors, it's a good idea to get the opinion of a professional on the latest developments in that. I've seen a lot of conversations on Facebook about the contractor, employee, employer conversations, and lots of people will give their opinions on what they've experienced, and it's helpful, but just to be safe, go see a professional and ask them their advice, and they will understand the particulars of your situation. So your business is going to have its own set of hows, right? So take some time, envision your customer, envision what you're delivering to your customer and what you see, even if it's off in the future, right? So this is where you're headed. This is exactly how successful businesses are successful. They get their vision into focus. They know who their customer is. They're targeting that customer and they're putting all of the pieces in place. Everything gets evaluated against, is that delivering that to that customer? The clearer your vision it is, the easier it'll be to know when you get off track, right? So you know when you've lost your way, and the faster you'll be able to get back on track. And then when you really start to unroll this plan that we've been building, you'll already have that end in mind. You'll know where you're going, the destination, so to speak. No off-roading. Okay, sometimes off-roading, but get back on track. In case you missed it, as I mentioned, I did a live stream this week called Ask a Business Coach. It was on Monday. I will be posting it up onto YouTube. If you missed it, you can catch the replay. I'll stick it up in the studio under the Build a Better Business series. And I will be doing these on a regular basis. I'm simultaneously streaming Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so you can pick which platform you feel like watching on. And if you are on YouTube, once again, if you subscribe, you won't miss the live streams where you can actually ask me questions live and in person, and I will answer them for you and come up with questions. If you don't want to wait till the next live stream, just pop them in the comment box. I'd love to hear your questions. So that's it for this week. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you, and remember, you can always go back and watch the old ones in case you missed some of the ones we were talking about. Check out the finance ones for sure. There was a few of those all together. And if you do find these helpful, why not share with a friend? It's the one thing we can share right now, right? As always, if you need help and you want to explore the possibility of how I can help you one-on-one, feel free to contact me. The initial consultation is always free. I am Heather. I am the owner of Prosperity Flow Coaching. I help people who help people. I can't wait to see you again next week. Until then, take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I will see you soon.